Alright, gamers. By gamers, I mean me. It's time to stream Tekken for a very small amount of time. Hopefully, go up to orange ranks. And then, after that, who knows? Potentially life-changing discovery somewhere along the path. I don't know at what point on the path it becomes a life-changing discovery, but hopefully somewhere relatively soon. After all, life is in shambles, as always. When is it not? But in reality, who's to blame for that? Me? Or the victor on the other end of the Wi-Fi connection? It's always the victor on the other end of the Wi-Fi connection, obviously. I've got tea, I've got water, and I've got somewhere that I need to be in, like, an hour. And so, we keep it small, we keep it simple. We try to do any bare things. Probably lose a lot of the scenarios in the process. So is Kuma very different from Panda in this game? I haven't played Panda, so no. No is my answer, but be aware that that comes with a huge amount of ignorance. I know a lot of streamers won't tell you that. They'll tell you that AI artwork is fine, and then they'll get upset at you when you're upset at them. But keep in mind the ignorance there. I think that generally speaking, Kuma and Panda are pretty similar. The only thing that I know is different is all the heat mechanics, because obviously like Panda is closer to Xiaoyu now, whereas Kuma is closer to what Heihachi was. But outside of that, I've got no idea. So the answer, as always, is do your own research, I guess. I hope that everyone has been enjoying Tekken 8, even if they're ass at it, because even after being extremely tilted from the last stream, I kind of like realized that like I think I'm playing like fighting game Kino here, which I don't think, if anyone's like followed me for a while, I feel like isn't surprising that I haven't been satisfied with fighting games for a while. But for once, I'm losing, but I can still recognize that this game is insane. And it's not like, oh, it's just like my mentality. It's like, no, this game is fucking sick with it. Is there anything that you can point to specifically as to why this game is tasty? I think that it's just like, this is like a thing about Tekken where I can just ignore certain systems. There's so much going on that you really just like, you pick the things that you like and you go, I'm gonna make a whole game plan around that. It doesn't feel like Street Fighter 6 to me, where every time I was playing Street Fighter 6, it was like, I always felt like I was missing something. It always felt like I was like, I'm really far behind because I don't understand this button or the way that this mechanic fully works, or like why I would ever use this mechanic over this mechanic. Whereas in this game, I'm just having a good time all the time. I am pushing my buttons. I'm trying to make them work. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I never feel like I'm lacking because of it. I always feel like I'm just playing the game either ever so slightly quicker than my opponent, or ever so slightly slower than my opponent. And that feeling of just being able to get in, not think about, fuck, I hate that button, I hate this scenario, and instead just go, alright, well, I've got X, Y, and Z, how can I make it work? It just feels good. Thank you, Time Curve and Jiao V2? Did you mean to type Japanese adult video into your username and messed it up? Either way, I don't know, I love that for you, I guess. Either way, I'm proud of both of you. Thank you for something, I don't know. I was going to say joining the Leon army, but then I realized I don't really think I want an army as a bald white man who wears all black. It's horrible optics. How about we have like a Leon... Well, no, you don't want a Discord group either. That's also horrible optics. Does everything... I think I've, like... So, the other day, when I was in the local co-op, I thought to myself, like, I look like the kind of person who would shoplift. I need to, like, make sure that everyone around me knows that I'm not about to steal shit. Something about the way that I look makes me worried that other people will think I'm up to no good. And now I think I'm realizing I don't think being bald is giving me the opportunity to have the optics that I think I thought it would have. I thought it would make me look like just kind of neutral and default. But I think it's put me in the position of looking at myself in the mirror and going, you could be in the history books for horrible, horrible crimes. Crimes against your friends as well. Rage arts are pure trailer bait. I don't know anyone who wanted them back. They're fun if you're playing the game as like a 20-hour video game, you know? Like, if you're not going to put that much time into a game, if you're like purely going to play this game like it's a more conventional video game, I can see why you would want them back. Leon 10 minutes ago. I never feel like I hate this mechanic. Leon now. God, I hate this mechanic. Only partially true. What I think, I don't know if that's what I actually said or you're paraphrasing, but what I mean to say is that my issue with like Street Fighter, for example, is that I feel like I've fallen behind if I haven't understood every single system. Whereas in this game, there's so many systems that maybe some of them I don't like. Rage arts especially, but there are going to be systems in here that I might not like, but I can always like just like decide to play a different style to work around it. Did you study the way of the claws during this weekend to hone your bear? I did a little bit. My bears are considerably better than... I don't know why I'm saying bears. I only play one bear. My bear is considerably better than on Saturday, was it? Saturday, I was pissed off. I was not having a good time. Well, I was having a good time, but, like, I was just like, I'm really annoyed. I should be better at this. Boy, am I glad they removed rage drives and replaced them with something totally different that isn't rage drive. I will give you that. I was saying this to Ed earlier. I was like, it feels like they've just given characters rage drives again. And he was like, no, because they're different. They're different. And I think we're probably going to see more hate for fucking... We're going to see more hatred for this mechanic as time goes on. Like, it's very, very annoying to deal with. How did you spend all of your bar already? What the hell? Are you going to rage art me? You're going to rage art me, aren't you? Come here. Take this big-ass head. Heat is the only thing that's making me cautious about this game. I think that, like, I like heat when it's not this button and when it's not the other button. Hi, AB Rogue. Thanks for the resub. AB Rogue, do you somehow manage to, like, resub more frequently than everyone else? Like, more than every month? Because it feels like you are resubbing constantly. Check with your internet service provider if something is wrong with the way that time flows in your area. Oh my fucking god, what do I do? Stop crane necking, that's what I need to do. I like fucking reeled back in frustration and my neck didn't like touch the back of my headrest and I went, holy shit, brother, you are going full on giraffe mode. Both players pausing the screen every round does seem to get annoying. That's called a combo. That's not called a combo. No. That isn't a combo. Because that's a situation in which both players having their hands off the controller creates the exact same situation. I know what you mean when you say that, and I'm not saying that you're wrong for, you know, thinking that. But at the same time, I feel like that is a... What's the word? It doesn't paint the full picture to think of it like that. Obviously, if you're arguing with someone on the internet and you just want to win, then fair enough. Like, go ahead. But I don't think that the game pausing whenever I do fucking one of these is good. Why is Noodlegum posting nar in the chat? What is your objective with posting nar? It's just the culture, I guess. I guess posting nar in the chat is just part of the culture, whatever culture it currently is. I want to play this game, but 80 euros for standard edition is such an L. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. It's way too expensive. But, like, then again, everything is a bit too expensive at the moment, and so I feel like you could say that about buying Tekken and also going to the groceries. I got it for 70 on Steam. It's still expensive as fuck, mind you. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's just too expensive. It's just too much money. Wouldn't that freedom to ignore systems you don't enjoy lose effectiveness the better your opponent is? Isn't that how it works for most fighting games? Yes, but... Okay, so in Street Fighter, if you don't understand certain systems, you just can't, like, play around it. For example, drive impact in the corner. If you don't know how the fuck to counter drive impact, you are fucked. You have lost. And so you need to fully understand that and put it into every single game plan. This game just has so much shit going on that it's like, you can't counter everything, but also not every single system is like such a heavy knowledge check that it's like, if you don't understand, you don't like know how the mechanic works, you immediately lose. It's like, if you don't know how the mechanic works, just like think a little harder and you'll probably find an ineffective solution to the problem. Maybe that is like maybe there's a biased perspective, because the more I'm thinking about it, the more that doesn't necessarily hold up. But that's how it feels, you know? Uni 2 is really fun when it actually works. Uni is one of the... Okay, Uni is actually kind of a game that I'm thinking of when I think about games that are just like, if you don't understand the systems, it's not very fun. That's probably a much, much better example than Street Fighter, actually. Because that game is just like, if you don't learn how the grid works, it's like you are missing so much of the fucking game. Or at least that's how it feels coming in. Props to this game for actually having regional pricing, unlike Street Fighter 6. It didn't? Huh? What the hell? South America, once again, getting absolutely fucked over. The amount of times, anytime a new fighting game comes out, I always see, like, an issue coming from, like, South America where it's just, like, they haven't priced the game correctly. Again, this game costs, like, a month's rent. And I'm like, oh, ooh, what are they doing? How do they keep fucking this up? You know what's also a good example? Xrd. That is true. That is true. Xrd is definitely a game where if you don't know how to use the meter and you don't know how Faultless works, you're fucked. You aren't having a good time. Street Fighter 6 was 70 Turkish lira when MK11 was 20 for comparison. Jesus fucking Christ. It does strike me a little bit odd that if it was like, if we were talking like 2009 or even like 2012, I would be like, okay, I can see how this, like, mistake happens and how this mistake keeps happening. But it's like, brother, we're in 2024. Can we just, you know, have somebody on the team look at the pricing and go, has anyone considered Brazil? Has anyone thought about the fact that this game is coming out in Argentina and it's way too expensive for Argentina? Oh, you know what I did fucking yesterday? I played the story mode for this game. I think this game might have converted me just a little bit. Fighting game story modes, maybe they're not like pinnacle game design, but they can be pretty good. I normally wouldn't recommend this. I think that most fighting game single players are hot dog shit. But if you haven't gotten around to playing the single player for this yet, I'd give it a shot. It's pretty fucking fun. Is it good by, like, conventional video game metrics? No. But is it, like, good by I'm just having a good time standards? Fuck yes. See, might actually be a part of the problem. How do you feel about Street Fighter 6s? I didn't play Street Fighter 6s either. Street Fighter 6s, I was too, like, busy learning how the game worked to go, like, oh, I would like to... It isn't a game that I wanted to spend time playing outside of, like, fighting, you know? And so I just went, I don't care. It has press X to believe in your heart. It's definitely got, like, anime plot points. But you know what? I think for once in my life, I looked at, like, the power of friendship and went, yeah, I fucking want the power of friendship. Let's fucking go. Have you tried the replay viewer yet? I have, and I couldn't figure out how exactly it worked, if I'm being completely honest. How are you liking Kuma? I didn't like him on day one, because they made a change to hunting stance, where they got rid of the two swipe low, the little pause thing, so you don't have like a low mid mix up at 15 frames. And so it's just like, it's all just mids, and it really confused me. But once I realized that you can just do down back 2 and just poke them with it and just like condition them into it, condition them into doing like low blocks, I was like, oh fuck, okay. Turns out I am a Kuma player because I can just do this. Did you play Bear before? Like a little bit. I put a couple games in on player matches and a couple games in on ranked to maybe like a combined total of like maybe 100. I don't know. But I never really like learnt him either. I just kind of like knew that I thought he was a funny man and went, that'll do. Dabbled but never committed. Yeah. This guy thinks that I don't know how to play against Lee. Little does he know that the only person that I've played against in Tekken 8, no, what the fuck? Okay. I forgot that you can just keep going with that. I was going to say, little does he know that the only person that I've played against in player matches is a Lee player. Ed plays Lee in this game, and so I know a lot of what Lee be doing. But also at the same time, every once in a while, my brain decides to just keep going when I know that I'm not allowed to press there, or allowed to press that one specifically. Does Tekken 8 have a decent in-game tutorial or combo guide thing? Somebody else inform that guy. This is like the new somebody shoot that guy. Holy fuck, I'm in my positivity arc. I've just realized. I didn't say somebody shoot that guy. Somebody inform that guy. Oh, Jesus. You know, like, as a human, you can take negative emotion and you can, like, turn that into positive thinking. Holy shit. Man at the age of 26 realizes that you don't have to be a huge fucking arsehole. What do you think if Melee had wave dashing like Rivals? Do you mean like where you can just like press jump and then you buffer in an air dodge and you get like maximum distance wave dashing? I wouldn't really care if I'm being completely honest, but also like, okay, so let's do the legal disclaimer. I'm not saying that this is a change that should be made. I'm not saying that this is a change that wouldn't have any impact on how Melee plays. This is just my opinion. I wouldn't care, and I would probably prefer it that way. Personally, I think that Melee has so much of like an execution barrier in places that are fun, but wave dashing especially is one of them that is like, it's a little bit of who gives a shit. It's like, oh, your wave dashes are easier than mine. It's like, I don't fucking care. But then again, I've just realized, like, as I've said it, that there's a very, very slim chance that somebody watching, thinks that rage arts are a good mechanic. Fucking please change your opinion. Oh my god, I fucking hate this mechanic. So annoying. It's like all of my lead is gone out of nowhere. It's so fun to just have it go poof. Why are rage arts worse than normal supers for you? They're not. I don't really like supers at all, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I think that in Street Fighter 3, when they're not invincible, I quite like them. But I don't like the fact that a lot of supers are just like, I'm gonna be invincible. Why? Meh. And it's like, fucking no. Let me hit you out of this shit. And it's like, oh yeah, but it's really punishable on block. I don't care if it's really punishable on block. I don't want to fucking deal with it. It's just a move that makes me feel sad, is all. I've got no, like, real rational explanation behind it. Do Dragon Punches do the same, or any really meterless reversal? I'll be honest, I haven't thought about it that much. This is more like a, it makes me sad to get hit by it kind of move. Not a move with any, like, logical, actual argument behind it, you know? And it's fair that if you think that that's, like, completely invalid. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm playing fighting games to feel like a fun little smile in my soul, not do a math equation on happiness. Also, Dragon Punch reversals do 1/8 of your health while supers take almost half. That's true. That is true. Thank you, chatter, for figuring out my argument for me. I appreciate that. I won't be paying you, but I will pay you in exposure, maybe? Has that discourse kind of like come to its end? Artists being paid in exposure? I feel like once AI came around, the discussion of I'll pay you an exposure died in exchange for the love of God, please, I just want a job. Shouting out a comment is basically exposure. Holy shit. How did you get your start being a multi-million-dollar streamer on Twitch? Well, I was in Coney chat, and one time he said, I'm gonna fucking ban this guy, and that's where it all started. Is Paul any good in this game? Let me give you any advice. This isn't just to answer your question, but to answer anyone's question who might be asking if a character is good or viable in this game. We are at such an early stage that 1, nobody actually knows who's good in this game at the moment. And 2, I'm dead. And 3, everyone is so experimenting at the moment that, like, it doesn't matter if your character is bad in this game. You can still play them all, you know? Alright, let's play one more set, and then we'll run it back to disappearing. run it back to disappearing. I wouldn't exactly call it run it back to disappearing. It's more running it to me continuing to exist and the stream continuing to not? Question mark? I don't know how to make sense anymore. And I'm scared that my speech is deteriorating at an incredibly rapid pace. Not only because of my own personal inabilities, but also because of the job that I have and the way that I choose to live my life. I have my dream job, and yet it's causing me harm. Anyway, now that that existential nightmare is over, fuck Claudio. Stop chatting, your brain is melting right now. So true. Thank you. Thank you, gamer. Thank you. Thank you for giving me that round. Thank you. Shake my hand. Shake my hand. Shake my hand. I'm not going to put my hand down till you shake my hand. Shake my hand. Thank you for shaking my hand. Did anyone else just see me go under the mid? Did anyone else just see me go under the mid? Huh? Huh? This is the greatest fighting game ever made. He needs it. He kind of does need it though. Like, let's be real. Kuma kind of needs it. Yeah, this game is jank. That's why we love it. Harada said, "What if we made a fighting game like an actual video game instead of like a fighting game?" And I went, "Fuck yeah!" Except it wasn't Harada because somebody else directed this one. Am I right? I feel like Harada was the franchise director on this one, and then somebody else was the game director. Correct, perhaps? That's fine. It wastes time. We love that. I do like how much I've been going to time in this game. I don't know. I'm pretty sure, actually, that that's just because of the fact that people haven't, like, optimized the damage yet. But I'm constantly going to time, and I'm living for it. I think time is such a fucking... In this game, especially, in, like, in Tekken 7 and in Tekken 8, I think they are such fucking fun mechanics to win off of. I think they're so fucking good. Oh shit, I got cancelled. Okay, I kind of don't have time for another set, and so I'm gonna have to call it there. So I will leave. Okay, I do a goodbye, and so I will bye-bye. Explosion.